Whither shall we go up? Our brethren have discouraged us, have discouraged our heart, saying the people is greater and taller than we. The cities are great and walled up to heaven, and moreover we have seen the sons of the Anakims there. It was near the end of their 40 years wandering in the wilderness that Moses here in Deuteronomy chapter 1 verse 28 quoted the cry of the majority of the Israelites. On that occasion when the spies had come back, the 12 spies who had gone to search out the land of Canaan, and they told what they had seen, both the good and the bad. And it's recorded in Numbers chapters 13 and 14. And the people, though they had heard the good, were afraid to go, discouraged from going because they had heard of the obstacles. You know, most of us, I suppose, have faced obstacles in our lives that have prevented us from achieving something that we had as a goal. But isn't it true that when the goal is desirable enough, we're willing to tackle almost any obstacle that would stand in our way? God has promised eternal life in heaven, a perfect life, without all of the pain and heartache and obstacles and opposition that we face in this world today. God has promised that to those who would come to Him in faith through Jesus Christ. And yet, Satan places obstacles so that no soul, if he had his way, would ever come to God. Some of the obstacles that we face in coming to God are the opposition of friends or people that we thought were our friends. Oh, you don't want to follow that Bible thing. You don't really believe in that heaven stuff, do you? Or even those who are closer to us. Yeah, we can still be Christians. It's okay. We can go to church on Sunday, but come on, let's go do this also. Let's do this right now. This will be fun. People would prevent us from walking that straight and narrow path that follows the footsteps of Jesus all the way to heaven. Jesus said that there would always be opposition. There would always be obstacles. There would always be offenses. But He said, woe unto him by whom the offense comes. Those people who put obstacles in the way to God's children will suffer in the judgment day and will suffer in eternity. But Moses, in this context in Deuteronomy chapter 1, is showing the error of God's own people. And he said, even though it was some outside force that put the obstacle before you, still you saw the obstacle and you ignored the goal. You also ignored the promise of God, and you ignored the command of God to go forward. And you allowed the opponent, the obstacle itself, to keep you from following after God. So each one of us has an obligation before God to see the goal, to know the command, to love the promise, and to continue on faithful to Jesus Christ through whatever obstacle may come in this life. And then, when we've passed through all of life and come face to face with God, the eternal blessing will be ours.